When you think of culture-shifting icons, you probably think Tupac. Yes, maybe Kanye, but on the basketball court, one man redefined everything. Allen Iverson. He didn't just change the game, he changed the rules. This is the story of how the answer didn't just dominate the NBA, he reshaped hip-hop, fashion, and the soul of a generation.
I'm just a real big fan. You know what I mean? And then, you know how hip hop and basketball go hand in hand. You know what I mean? We hooking up at parties and clubs and stuff like that, and you grow a relationship with those guys, and you end up, just being around them. You like their swag, they like yours.
He's the answer and the problem. You don't want it with the way that boy go to the hole and take punishment. The young boss of the cross for 4
This is the story of how the answer didn't just dominate the NBA, he reshaped hip-hop, fashion, and the soul of a generation. Allen Iverson came into the NBA in 1996. He was 6 feet tall, barely, but with heart 10 feet wide. Straight out of Georgetown, rocking braids, tats, and a whole lot of swagger, Iverson wasn't just a baller. He was the culture in motion.
You're comfortable with showing the world who Allen Iverson was?
From day one, the easiest thing in the world is to be yourself. Everybody else taking up, why not be you? Why not want to be the person that God created? That's a blessing. If I died and came back, I would want to be Allen Iverson all over.
As a rookie, he crossed up Michael Jordan. Yeah, Michael Jordan. And in that one moment, he made a statement. I'm not here to fit in. I'm here to take over.
Like, man, that's Mike. And I'm looking at him. I can't stop looking at him. Like, I'm looking at his shoes. And I'm like, man, he got on the Jordans. You know what I mean? Like, it was Mike. It was my idol. It was my hero. And I remember
He came in baggy jeans, throwback jerseys, crisp white tees, chains, Timbs, the same drip you'd see in a DMX or 50 Cent video. He wasn't trying to be a brand. He was just being real. And that's exactly why everyone felt him. But the league wasn't ready. Commissioner David Stern dropped the NBA dress code. No baggy clothes. No chains, no hats. No streetwear, let's be real. That wasn't just about fashion. It was about erasing the culture that Allen Iverson represented. Iverson didn't apologize. He didn't fold. He kept showing up as himself, and in doing that, he became a symbol of resistance, of authenticity.
I felt like the dress code came in was because once they saw that I was wearing what I wanted to wear and I was getting away with it, then other guys were like, well, if he can do it, then I can do it too. And then everybody in the league started doing it, and then that's when David Stern said no. God rest his soul, but that's when he said no.
The game of basketball is significant change. I'm talking about the ankle braces. I'm talking about in college cutting the shirts off underneath the jersey. Where did that idea of rough, raw, rugged, and edge come from?
I was just being me, kid. As far as the dress code and everything, I dressed like the guys from my neighborhood. It was just different once I got to the NBA. I could afford the stuff that we wanted growing up. Look at it now. I took an ass whooping for it, but it's bittersweet. Cause you see guys now, they come in, they got their own style.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They got their own style. They feel good, man. They going to hoop. They want to feel good what they got on. They want to be fly.
From
you know what I mean? And it's like
to that. He took basketball from the playground to the court, like the mainstream court. Like we all did that far ass crossover. Everybody did a crossover. You know what I mean? Everybody dribble. When you first got out there and hooping, everybody want to do that crossover. And he just made it feel like it was realistic. Like, he from where we from. Like, he looked like me. He out there hooping. Hey, you got people getting his tattoos and everything. What Iverson did.
We ain't used to that. Like you see a little white kid coming dressed to the nines, exactly like you, showing that you are his idol, his favorite player, and he taking it this far. And his parents allowed it. Like what did that translate? How did you feel when you saw that?
I actually posted it. I posted
it. I've always wanted to be like Allen Iverson.
Favorite player?
Yeah, man. It's so crazy, man. You gotta just look at it, man.
When everybody started looking like I look, the cornrows and tattoos and baggy clothes, that was just a great, great feeling. But it was bittersweet.
Watch dude fight through so much adversity. He was a trailblazer. He's a pop culture icon and a basketball player, bro. So I just watched him take a lot of criticism and go out and go get 30s and 40s and put a team on his back at 6
DA's
feet.
office that criminal charges will be filed against Allen Iverson.
Like, come grab my bag for a second. Come grab his bag. And like anybody else that's an Allen Iverson fan and you got his personal property, I go through his bag. Mind you, I'm a 17-year-old kid. Open the bag, there's a bunch of cash in the bag, all this jewelry and shit. So I go get the iron board, lay his shit out, taking my pictures and shit, sending it to the homies like, look, bro, like, I really know him, bro. I told y'all. I put all his shit back in the bag. Next morning, I take him his bag. He opened the bag up, take all the jewelry out, throw me the bag back. Let me keep all the cash. Yeah.
There's one guy setting trends without even trying, Allen Iverson. Cornrows, baggy denim, Durex underfitteds, tats, chains, grills, and always Reebok questions on his feet. He made Reebok relevant, period. While Jordan was the symbol of perfection, Iverson became the face of the grind. He didn't dress like a superstar, he dressed like us, like the real world. Today you can see Iverson's fingerprints everywhere. From Ja Morant's attitude, to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's fashion, to tunnel fits as status symbols. He built that bridge between hoops and hip-hop, between athletes and artists. LeBron called him one of the most influential ever. KD, Chris Paul, D-Wade, they all credit Iverson with changing the game beyond the scoreboard. Even J. Cole said Iverson was the reason he believed he could be himself and still succeed. Allen Iverson wasn't just a point guard. He was a revolution.
IV in the ER, son.
Top 5 artists. You. Yeah, Big. Redman. Pop.
That fifth one is always the clutch. You always got to throw it back to neutral.
The wildest shit on here.
I know killers that kill for a fee that'll kill your ass for free. Believe me, how you want it, die fast or slow.
I had the honor. You called me out to do the TV spot. You know what I mean? I was one of the first artists that was able to display, make a commercial from scratch with the track masters. And we put it together. I still don't think it's a better TV spot or commercial.
What?
To that, better than that to this day.
Like, yo, we gonna shoot another one. They got, I don't know, $250,000, whatever it was, 150, 250, 200, something. They making a contract right now, sitting for my son, and they gonna do like a replicant with our sons. One of my mans is with me on set. I ain't gonna say his name, so he's doing a weed transaction with somebody else on the set. They get busted. They turn the whole like it was kilos, though.
Iverson wasn't just a point guard. He was a revolution. He didn't just cross up defenders. He crossed over cultures. He showed us that you don't need to change who you are to become great. You just need to show up as you. So when you see an NBA star rocking chains, or hear your favorite rapper shout out the answer, remember where it all started, with a kid from Virginia who turned his truth into a movement.
And that's that rap, bro. Here's a little blooper reel for y'all. It's a little cool, little snippets of edits, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Stay tuned for more heat on Code of Silence TV, Stories by C-Note.
What he did to Jordan, but this one Jordan said he locked in on defense. Move right there changed the whole trajectory of NBA history. This is back when AI looked like G-Baby from Hardball. This is back when Allen Iverson looked like Dage Low. Allen Iverson with the headband was crazy, but look at that. Got your damn Achilles.
He was cocky. That's what you love.
Walk in the hardware store, pick up the smallest nail in there, and try to bend it. Can't do it. It's tough. That's Allen Iverson.
For this cross to see what he bite on. Never had those problems with stepped it back.
You're the fuck out of the bag. You need to let him shoot the see what he did. That's not the question, bro.
Is there anything of his swag that you were jealous of?
Everything. We're from similar places, similar backgrounds, but when you come in, they throw this word in your face, corporate. And, some people either go here or there. I had to learn how to be in the middle. I always rock the chains. I'm tatted because of you. My whole body is tatted because of you. Because I got one tattoo, went crazy. So after he did.
Tell coach, I ripped mine or they were wearing out on the bottom, whatever, to get a new pair. As an athlete, I felt like, you play like you look. You look good, you play good. Growing up, You know, I ain't really care too much about clothes. As long as my kicks was right, I was good. So I wanted to be like Mike, for sure. I mean, you know, just like the commercial. Like, I really actually felt like that. You know, when the commercial came out, I was like, yo, yeah, me too. My mom, you know, told me I could be anything that I wanted to be. He gave me the vision. I wanted to be the guy that if you came to see, you know, you was gonna go home with that one guy on your mind. When Black Jesus on the court, yeah, everybody gonna know who 23 is, but when you leave tonight, you gonna know who number 3 is. I remember.
Here, though, could knowing after, looking back what your career was in the NBA, but to know that you were a better football player.
Yeah, like, because it was
You were way more raw than me in football. You were raw.
It was my first love. I just remember, like, my old lady went to another high school.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they used to talk crazy to her about what they were gonna do to me. You know what I mean, on Fridays.
What they wanted to.
Yeah, they gonna break my legs, they gonna do this, they gonna do that. And I was like, every time we play kick-a-tan, like,
oh no,
I'm gonna murder them people, man. Like, for y'all talking crazy to my girl like that.
Philadelphia DA's office that criminal charges will be filed against Allen Iverson. That decision follows an extensive investigation into an incident last week where Iverson allegedly forced his way into an apartment brandishing a gun.
Tell a nigga, nah, homie, that protected Allen Iverson said, nah, nigga, you ain't,
Yeah.
Them kind of guys was taken away. Only for niggas left behind to give kids dope sacks. Niggas sit in this trap.
Most aura when you were in the league. There's only one man walking this planet that had it. Lou Williams confirmed it.
You know how we pull up at hotels, bro, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning?
There's kids and autographs. Lou said,
when you pull up with AI, it's pandemonium out the hotel, but I'm talking about women.
This man was a whole movement. He said, I've never seen anything like it.
That whole thing when people say, like, when y'all get to the hotel, it's groupies in the lobby. I thought that was a real thing because I was with the one rock star that it was.
He said, me with Kobe was like kindergarten compared to Allen Iverson.
Mind you, I played with Bean. That is not the reality.
like
they
that.
not in there.
Allen Iverson come in the locker room, he said, I used to just play.
Women, bro, it's unreal.
Which player? Allen Iverson was just really, I mean, he was a load to deal with, man. He was really, really tough. And there was a game where he dropped 44 on me in Philadelphia.
All these years later, Allen Iverson is known for the crossover.